Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome back to another movie review. So, we're going to be talking about Alita Battle Angel. And I'm going to be all over the place on this one, guys, because I just love a whole bunch of different parts of it. So, I'm just going to wear my heart on my sleeve and we're just going to talk about it. So, this movie was directed by Robert Rodriguez, and one of the screenplay writers is actually James Cameron. You know, that guy, Avatar dude. And you actually feel Avatar vibes in this when it comes to the heart and some of the action sequences. I think the action is more on Robert Rodriguez side, but they really morph together to create a really good experience for you guys. And when it comes to these cyborg kind of movies with what some might think is overzealous CGI, I think is actually done really well, especially if you can insert like heart and action in there, which those two together I find usually falter. Now they're much easier found in like a romantic comedy or something I'm a sucker for. But in this, I really did believe it. Alita and Hugo are really good characters. And then the guy that actually finds Alita, Christoph Waltz, although I can't remember, Ito is his name, Ito. He's great too, and so is his assistant. She's great as well. One of my favorite parts of this movie is actually the bounty hunting and all the codes that go into it, and you get to see a lot of cool different like cybernetic variations. Like there's this guy who's all about dogs. He's like a hound lord. It's so cool. And then there's this other girl who looks like a scyther, and she's badass. Look, there's this huge guy that eventually gets these like get over here scorpion fingers that are just completely badass. I loved watching those, and very good uses of slow-mo used with those weapons. I think the rollerball part of this movie is pretty cool. There's a lot of movies that are based off of derbies, but rollerball really comes to mind. Now, I never really watched the first one a whole lot, but the second one I kind of grew up with my mom, and we would watch it, and it wasn't too bad. I think when it comes to that concept of a roller derby, I think that in this setting, it really is the most fun, or cybernetically modified women and dudes just like fighting it out in a huge arena while rollerballing and stuff. It's just super awesome to watch. It's a lot of fun. And the mystery of the Sky Cities is really cool. I like how they kind of gave you flashbacks of the world before without like making it dumb. Everything felt like it was where it needed to be. You know, there was no real fat to the movie. And if there ever was, it was all really good world building. And the world building actually makes sense because it's based off of a graphic novel series written and drawn by Yukito Kishiro. I apologize if I messed up your name, but I think I got that one okay. And the graphic novel is actually called Gunnm. It's Gunnm. I've never actually heard it pronounced, so if I mess it up, I apologize. But I'm really excited to actually look into this one. I am a manga fan, and I think that this one is actually worth giving there's so many, there's so much content nowadays that you kind of have to pick and choose or cherry pick the stuff that really interests you. And I think that this one actually might be worth diving into. If you've read this, let me know what you think of it. I would enjoy that. Altogether, this movie is just fantastic. I mean, I love these dystopian cybernetic worlds and stuff, and a lot of the time they feel a little lackluster, but this one and the world building and all the different factions of life on the ground, because you don't really see anything from the Sky Cities, so that mystery is always there, and it's really engaging. It brings the suspense. The only time you ever really see anything is from the Nova guy. You only ever see like shots of him looking over, and that's mostly towards the end of the movie. So there's these cool mysteries that eventually get unraveled throughout it. Really cool battle sequences and flashbacks. The direction of this movie is just fantastic. I think this was a perfect storm of creative storytelling written and made by people that care about these kinds of things and really know how to bring out the heart in them as they deserve. So if you've never seen Alita Battle Angel, it's on HBO right now, and if you own it, watch it again. It's worth it. I think this is going to be one of my favorite CGI-based dystopian movies, or just CGI movies in general. And it's not just all CGI dense. There are some pretty good sets in it. Like there's this one ruins scene where the ruins in it look really good, and it's got the CGI background and stuff, but it all looks really good. It really does. And it's impressive. It actually holds up with, and I haven't seen the new Avatar, but I think that some of the CGI actually would hold up with a movie of that caliber. It's obviously probably below it. Let's not get in an argument or anything, but but for like the pores on her face and stuff, it's just a beautiful movie. Beautiful love story that I was actually engaged with. Maybe it could have been tweaked a little bit more on the male end of it, but I do like the character of Hugo. I think the actor that played him was really well done, and it was like a coming of age story, you know? There's just those stories that really get you where you feel. So if you haven't seen it, go out, watch it. It's a great time. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.